What's the image? Can we voice our opinion without conviction? Protection used as a weapon against us. Be proudly let them know how you feeling. Ain't gotta mumble your thoughts. Hey, what's the cost of sitting in silence? Welcome to Be Heard with your boy YB. It's another beautiful episode. Today I'm here with my man SkitsPro.
Yes, sir. Spaceship Zoom. We back soon, baby.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be an interesting show. I want y'all to stick around because we got a lot to talk about. You dig what I'm saying? I'm gonna let Skits introduce himself, man, before I give him a grand announcement, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Skits, to the people.
Hey, man, this is Patrick Lashun, Saulsberry Jr., and I also go by SkitsPro, man, and I represent Spaceship Zoom, man.
Yes, sir.
I'll leave it at that.
Okay, then. Okay, man, we got a entrepreneur, a very creative video artist right here in front of me, man. You know what I'm saying? What got you into videoing, editing, and being so creative with your visuals?
Well, in reality, I always been influenced by my dad. When I was younger, I always heard he was into photography and visuals and things, but he just gave it up because he had to pay the bills. And I told myself, I'm going to look into it, and I'm not gonna give up.
Right.
I'm gonna do what he was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that was back when I was like, 13
years old,
something like that. Yeah.
All right. Where you come up at?
I came up in a street called Derby Circle, man. People would consider it the Mound. Some people consider it South Memphis, but it's right by Garrett's Market,
Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, Memphis. Yeah, like
okay.
That. And yeah,
that's what's up. Okay, then. So you live an extraordinary life, I would say. You know what I'm saying? You do some of the things people want to do. You know what I mean? Who don't get out and explore their full potential and get out there and get a chance to do it. So what's some of the things that excite you about the career path that you have chose?
One thing that excites me is just like shooting dice on a real table versus shooting dice on a computer. You know what I mean? The fact that every time you get to roll, you in control. Right. You don't have to answer to nobody. There's nothing else controlling you. You're in the way of you're the one that motivates you. You know what I mean? And I think that's what excites me the most about it. You know what I mean? Because if it was the money, I would have quit a long time ago. Considering the downs. You know what I mean? But yeah.
And that's one of the things we got to emphasize on. Nothing happens overnight.
Yeah.
Nothing happens overnight. You got to put the work in it. You got to put the ethics in it. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay true to what you definitely believe in. You know what I mean? Because it's easy to fall below the wayside and get discouraged in times.
Right.
So tell me, what are some of the future projects? What are some of the things that you got in the cut that you're working on that you finna bring to the people's attention?
Well, one thing that I have in mind is a couple of albums.
Okay.
But this first one that I'm producing it's not an album of mine, so to speak.
Right.
It's just gonna be of my production.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'll be dealing with all different artists that I have a certain rapport with.
Right.
And similar to the movie that I just showed you.
Right.
I'm doing the first album called it's a Second Lunch album.
Mm-hmm.
And it's coming from the Second Lunch platform that I put together, where I allow the rappers to rap and at the table to emulate the lunchtime feel,
right,
like that. So yeah, that's one of the major things.
So with the Second Lunch thing, sounds very interesting.
Yeah,
by the way,
it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Fun.
So how is that project coming along as far as new episodes? Like, should we be waiting on new episodes of Second Lunch?
Yes, actually.
Because I don't mean to stop you, because I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know, but I watched the Second Lunches, and you got some good artists on there. And for those of y'all who don't know, go look up the Second Lunches. Tell them where they can find it at.
Well, you can find Second Lunch anywhere that's attached to Spaceship Zoom. With that being said, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, etc., TikTok. You know,
Yes,
I want to say all platforms, but it's not. It's not. I can't tell you
in a minute though. In a minute
that.
though. You got to keep it going in a minute though. But with the second lunches, what are some of the? Should we be waiting on new episodes? What are the new episodes that you got planned that you about to put together?
We got some episodes with GEO Zell. We got some episodes with South Memphis Spider. I even got Lil Chat said she was gonna come on one, so
Right.
we never know how
You
that
got a
works.
legend right there.
And
That's a legend.
eventually, I'm gonna get done trip on it and
Okay.
everything will work out. But to answer your questions, it's yes, it's a lot of episodes that's in the cut,
Right.
just waiting to be
Just put out there.
yeah.
Okay, I could dig it. Do you ever get overwhelmed with work? Because it seems like this is a long pace job. Like it takes a lot of time. Do you ever get overwhelmed with as much work as you get?
Yeah, that's the reason I was talking about earlier. Like it gets overwhelming almost on a daily basis, and when it comes down to that, it's
Right.
like you gotta love it
Right.
at that point. You know what I mean? You can't allow that to make you go get a job.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to look at it like it's a gift and it's a curse. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? On one hand, you getting paid to do what you do.
Right.
On the other hand, you overwhelmed with work.
Right.
You know, I tell some people that's bosses, higher than me, they be like, man, that's a good problem to have. So it's
Right.
like, yeah, like it's a motivation and it's a overwhelming feeling.
Okay. So with visual with visual arts, you know, I always say that the media play a big role with the way society is.
Correct.
So what do you do to like keep yourself in that realm to where you're not trying to distort or distract anyone who may be watching your visuals?
What do you mean, like,
As far as sometimes an agenda is being pushed.
mm,
We can't speak on it too much.
right, right.
But as far as that, if you grown, it's cool. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? If you grown, it's cool. Do your thing.
mhm,
But I feel like we should protect the minds of the children.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So as far as broadcasting and putting your work out there, what are some of the things you try to do to
Um, Mostly, man. I don't try to, push anybody towards a certain kind of way, other than what you already know that's right, and right from wrong. You know what I mean? But
right,
like as far as the ultimate, my goal is to motivate somebody to be themselves. You know what I
right,
mean? Like, and most of the time when you end up doing something that is wrong, that you're not being yourself.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
I'm speaking from my experience.
right,
Like trying to do something that's not you, it don't feel good,
right.
and then when it ends up going wrong,
Hmm.
you already knew better.
Most definitely.
So it ain't that you got in trouble, it ain't that you got caught. It's like I knew I shouldn't have been even going that route. So
Exactly.
like that's my goal, like to motivate people to be
Be
themselves.
themselves. I always say, man, why be anybody else but yourself? And
Why be?
yes,
Yeah, okay,
exactly.
okay, I tell
Yeah,
you.
man. Why be anybody else but who God intended you to be? And speaking on that, what's your beliefs, man? How do you feel about the Most High? How do you feel about the places that you are right now in life? Are you comfortable? Are you happy?
Um, Most of the time it's a coasting kind of thing on
Right.
on the happiness side, but it's kind of hard to answer that because it's yes, no, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
All those at the same time,
Right.
depending on the time of day. You know
Right.
what I mean? And yeah, that's how I would answer that.
Okay. It's all right. It's a lot of people who may feel exactly how you feel.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because I'm not good every day I wake up. You know what I mean?
right.
Sometimes I have to take a breather, take a second, to meditate and get my thoughts together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you get to a place where you like at a stop, at a standstill, because I always have this part of the show. As y'all know, I always gotta say, I'm big on mental health, and I feel like mental health is something that needs to be discussed. So how do you keep yourself at peace and focus and without having to stretch yourself out to the point where it's affecting your mental health?
Um, One thing I'm real big. I'm real big on physical therapy
Okay.
and I'm speaking in the terms of massage.
Right.
So I try my best to get a massage as much as possible,
Right.
even if it's just a cheap happy ending massage. It's still a
Mm-hmm.
massage to me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like and how it goes with that. On the other side of that, I make music.
Okay.
I make music, bro. Like even if I even if I don't get paid for it, I have to at some point
Mm-hmm.
make the music of how I feel.
It's therapeutic.
Yeah, sometimes I can feel horrible, shitty,
Right.
want to kill myself damn near and make a happy song.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And vice versa. I could be feeling the best I'm ever feeling, but I'll put out a song that I might be breaking up with my girlfriend at the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I'm in the present moment happy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
that. So it's just a wide spectrum
Mm-hmm.
of creating music that helps me keep sanity. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. You got kids?
Yeah, I have a daughter. She's 10.
Okay.
Oh,
So
yes, man.
what's fatherhood like for you, man?
Fatherhood
Uh,
is that, man. It's a great thing. It's it's a never ending challenge.
okay.
I encourage those who have kids to be the best dad they can be.
I like that. Reason being because I be having to shine the light on our black fathers because I think they don't shine enough light on us, and I think we
They
do a
don't
great
shine no
job.
light. What?
They don't shine
We in the
enough.
cave.
Did you? We ain't gonna talk about Father's Day, but y'all know y'all was wrong. But we gonna move on though. But I like that though because fatherhood is definitely a gift, and it's a chance to be a leader. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah,
think that a lot of youngins and youth lack leadership. So if you got the chance to be a father, you got the chance to start leadership in the household. You know what I mean? Show your seed they can
that's what.
be exactly what you want them to be, not just even what you want them to be, what they want to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
where it starts, man. Like that's even I'm even planning on homeschooling my daughter this year, and a
uh,
lot of people they frown on it because they feel like she's gonna lack some kind of essence of education. But when it boils down, education starts at home.
right.
It don't start when you drop your
Get
kid
off at
off.
school.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's just the education that you're required to have in
Right.
life. But that's not the education that you need most of
Right.
the time. The most of the time it's that the habits that
Right.
get developed at home
Right.
that determine if you're gonna be a goddamn good student or
Right.
not. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Exactly. I always say that like it's skills. I think about molding the skills. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
once you like pay attention to a child and see exactly what it is that they want to do, you can like pull that out. You know what I'm saying? And it like and mold that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what they want to do. Because they gonna show it to you early in life.
right.
You
They're
know what I'm
gonna
saying?
let you
That's the
know.
most. It's what they spend the most time on. It's they give the most attention to. So you know what I mean? I say that I'm big with that too. I'm with you on that 100% as far as that. It's always a pleasure to be a father and be able to do those things. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
right, right.
So the 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 image of Skits Pro is it more corporate, executive, big office, CEO, or you trying to stay more local, mainstream, helping artists develop their talent as well as you develop yours?
Well, I rather say that backwards. It's I rather spend my time. My overall image of Skits Pro is taking my time to develop those artists
Mm-hmm.
with the CEO mindset
Right.
that I have. You know what I mean?
Okay.
With the genius level, because I just realized recently that I'm that guy, bro.
Right.
Like on so many levels.
Right.
I've been humble and modest and timid about it
Mm-hmm.
because I've always felt like the universe don't want me to be
Mm-hmm.
too confident. But at the same time, I realized lately, like, no,
You should be overly confident.
yeah, I should have been
Yeah.
10 years ago. I was doing green screen work, putting flames on
Mm-hmm.
guns and shit, making music at 14.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like shooting my own music videos in 2006 and 7. I was supposed to,
Right.
but I was timid and I cared too much about what people thought.
The opinions of others.
Yeah.
Right.
And it wasn't until recently it's like, those opinions don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
When your attitude is right, the facts don't count.
Right.
The facts is just an opinion at that moment,
Right.
because when your attitude is right, if nothing can turn you away from
Mm-hmm.
it, then that fact is only an opinion, because you trying to go to a place and there's a person standing in front of you and they say no, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's their job to say no, right?
Right.
What happens when, oh, this person magically just had to go walk over here, and now that person had to take his spot for a moment. You walk up and
he
you
does say
talking to
yeah.
him, he gonna say, yeah,
Yeah.
come on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how the universe works.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. When your attitude is right, the facts don't count.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's, yeah.
I like that, brother. I definitely do. Because there's a lot of people who character and persona of themselves don't match their attitude. And when they don't match their attitude, it makes them look like a very nasty, evil, person. And I say that all the time. Character speaks volumes. You must, what I'm saying, present yourself in the most respectful, humblest way, because you don't want to overly do it. But you should be overconfident. And I'm glad you said that for a listening audience, you know what I mean? So as far as life in general, I have to ask you this. How do you spend your vacation time? What do SkitsPro do in his free time? You know what I'm saying? To enjoy himself, to relax.
Um, I don't know, man. I try my best to do. I try my best to do nothing in those moments, like not even think. But it never really happens. Even on vacation, I end up pulling my iPhone out to record or something. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's always some kind of work
Right.
involved. Even in laying down and doing nothing,
Right.
my brain is like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that.
Right.
It's hard to quiet it down, bro. But mostly I just try to sit and do nothing.
And that's like the most relaxing thing you can ever do.
Yeah, like it's very difficult. It's challenging. But
Yeah.
when I make it to that place,
You want me? Let me give you a little insight on me personally. What I do?
Yeah.
I sit. I turn on my loudspeakers in my house. You know what I'm saying? And I turn on my rain sounds. I sit back on the couch, cup of tea or something. Kick my feet up and listen to the rain sounds, and it just put me in peace. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna put me in peace, all right. A piece of sleep. But no, I feel you on that.
Yeah, man. But
look, I damn near got sleepy thinking about it. I'm like, I'm gonna try that.
For sure. Okay. We talking about visuals. You talk about, as far as the work you do. Is there any type of way that we can get your information to the people out there watching our segments who want to get in touch with you and maybe want to work with you and getting their visuals done and getting their talent seen to the public world?
Yeah, man. You can follow any of my social media pages, man. One on Facebook is Patrick Lashun Saulsberry Jr. And Instagram, one page is Spaceship Zoomer. Spaceship SpaceshipZoom with an ER on it. Yeah, y'all didn't see that. But the other one is SkitsPro. So it's skits like movie skits, SKITS.pro. And yeah, on TikTok you can find me at Spaceship Zoom as well. So yeah.
Okay then.
You want to hit my email, skitspromail@gmail.com.
Man, y'all heard it here first on Be Here with YB, man. I'm glad I'm here with my man Skits. Skits has been beautiful, man. Skits very busy. I don't want to hold him too long, y'all. But I hope you catch something that's very enlightening in this interview and something that's very interesting that you can take throughout your day. But thank you, Skits, for being here on my show, man. Be Here with YB. And we out, man. Thank y'all for joining.